The Illinois Supreme Court has put on hold for now a controversial provision of the Safety Act that would have ended cash bail in Illinois. So what happens now? Well, Fox 32's Dane Placco talks to a legal expert who says it could be some time before we know the future of cash bail in Illinois.
The Illinois Supreme Court said, we're going to take this case.
Lawyer and legal analyst Karen Conti says she's not surprised by the court's decision. Last year, Illinois lawmakers passed the controversial Safety Act, which, among other things, gets rid of cash bail in Illinois, which advocates say unfairly impacts minorities and poor people, sometimes keeping them locked up for petty offenses. But last week, a Kankakee County judge agreed with state's attorneys in 65 Illinois counties who filed a lawsuit arguing that eliminating cash bail is unconstitutional.
If the legislature wants to make the changes that are in the Safety Act regarding no cash bail, it looks to me like they would have to issue a referendum and have the people decide whether or not they want to amend the Constitution to provide for it.
After that Kankakee judge's decision, the Supreme Court stepped in hours before the law was to take effect, saying that having different pretrial rules in different Illinois counties would create chaos.
So the Supreme Court said, lest we have a massive amount of chaos going on in the state about, do we have cash bail, do we not have cash bail, the Supreme Court said we're going to stay all provisions regarding the Safety Act that has to do with no cash bail until we, the Illinois Supreme Court, decide the issue.
Conti says it'll likely take the Supreme Court a week or two to make that decision, possibly longer if oral arguments are involved. And no matter what they decide, the cash bail question may still not be resolved.
I don't think the Illinois Supreme Court is the last stop for this law. Remember, this is the first time a law like this has been passed in the United States. So whatever the ruling is, whoever doesn't like this ruling, you are sure they're going to appeal it to the U.S. Supreme Court.
At the Thompson Center, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
Shalom, shalom, y'all Sharala. We'll start off first things first, giving all praise, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which are the Paleo-Hebrew tongues, created names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of the great millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Now, as you seen from that clip, that thing is unconstitutional, but yet the law is already passed. It just has to go into effect. So what they did was, which I was kind of back on my thinking, they put it on hold. And don't you think just because it's unconstitutional, they won't, put it into play. So this thing is on the books, but Esau doesn't want to bring it in yet. You know why? Because they're not set up yet. They don't have enough security for the people they want to keep. They probably don't have all their drone army set up. The super soldiers, they probably all put together. And Esau, he's looking for a success rate, a W. And he knows once he implements this, there's no going back. This is like a cat in the bag type of thing. Once you let this go, ain't no repealing it back. Once you let the people commit crime freely, they're going to just go. Which, when they didn't pass this in New York, a dude still got, what they say on the story, three police officers got hit with machetes, man. People want to purge. So Esau wasn't quite set up for his purge law. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to do it and it's not going to happen. It's going to happen one way or another, whether it's passed through law or the people just get fed up and they start rioting uncontrollably. So the people's all like, I've seen a lot of comments, they was rejoicing, it didn't pass because they don't want it to go. But I'm like, it's just on hold. It already passed. It's just not in the play yet, which they can still do that. So let's get to the scriptures, especially what this dude right here said, Johnny Be Good. I think I know who that is, man. He said, if the courts let the people decide, J.P. Pritzker will just buy the votes of Cook County to get it passed, which they do that. Keep this in mind. J.B. and the idiot Lori Lightfoot have 24/7 armed security. The people of Cook County cannot afford 24/7 armed security. Oh, J.B. is coming for all, the swords, and you wait and see. So the people are like, this thing gonna still go down. And that's how I'm feeling. The scriptures will support that. And I know, that is installing or whatnot. Let's go to Habakkuk. There's a Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. So all hell is going to break loose. Jacob's trouble is going to happen. Keep that in mind. Esau is stalling right now because these super elites, they know once they come for us. Because you got to think, y'all, Sharala, in the back of these elite bankers' mind, it's that what if. And it's that scary what if for them. And the what if that's in their mind is, what if I sick my military and these people, and those men that been on the block, on the corner, what if they do get spiritual power? What if they do things like you see in that Black Adam movie and Superman and all those Avenger movies? What if? What if they do get spiritual powers? That terrifies that devil. That's the one thing that's keeping them from pushing the button and making this thing a go. Because they know the scriptures. They know the prophecies. That's why they're stalling, because he needs to get his technology up. Like, they probably like, wait, let me get my AI system up. Let me get my satellites in place. I got some more Terminators coming out that's better than the last batch. Let me get those, because, you know, if you watch those movies, you know, you familiar with Superman, and you watch that new Black Adam movie with The Rock, which they mad about him. They done trashed that dude because of that movie. They realize what that means. They got, you know, they see the spiritual significance of that movie. And they're like, what if those Israelite men get those abilities? What? And then like you look at that and it looks like fantasy. But yet the scriptures talk about that's gonna be reality. And Esau's like, what if they get that? What if you see a Jake turn into Incredible Hulk, get super strength like Samson, he just running through stuff? What if that happens? Like, are we set up to defend that? And the question in their mind, they know, is no. So they're like, okay, especially the younger elite bankers, they're like, man, I just got up here, man. You know, what's the name, just kicked the bucket. I'm not ready to implement this plan. I want to live and, do my little trafficking and live off the hog. I want to live a little with this billions of dollars I got. I'm not ready to attack these people yet. How about we just keep the system going? That's their mindset. Stall out. They ain't probably in the same spirit as the elites that's setting this plan up. Because, they dying. They kicking the bucket. And the younger ones are stepping up. And they're probably like, let's keep the bread and circus going. I don't want to do that. I want to, I've been waiting on this dude to kick the bucket. I want to ball out real quick. Then if it gets bad, then we can implement the plan. But right now, it's good. So it's tarrying. But like the scripture said, man, it should surely come. So just because it didn't happen at the day that Esau said it was going to happen, don't mean it's not going to happen. He's just stalling because he's scared. His stuff got to be set up 100%. He's trying to pull out the biggest, most diabolical plan in the existence of their civilization at this point, man. So they got to make sure everything is on point. Like, it takes a lot of coordination to subject the whole world under a new, system. Because this is going to be a worldwide system. That's a lot of coordination. So, and then you got to think at this time, Yahushua's creating division. They're fighting amongst each other. So there's going to be hiccups. But, yay, their time is appointed time. Yahushua going to make this thing come on right time when he's ready. They're going to get to the point where they're going to have to pull in the plan. They ain't going to have a choice. But right now, I know what Esau's doing. He's stalling because he don't want to do it, because he's scared. Because that big what if is getting bigger in his mind, especially as he see more brothers get on the highway and hedges and holler out Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's terrifying to this devil. This truth is spreading. So now he's looking like, he's seeing these prophecies unfold, just like we seeing the prophecies unfold. So the big prophecy, the spiritual power prophecy, that's on that devil's clock, and it's big. So he's in there sweating, shaking his boots like, man, what if? Because it's all predicated on Jacob's trouble, the move they jump on us. For us to get the spiritual power, we need them to jump on us. So that means that he kind of controls his destiny on that. Well, he don't control it. Let me say he thinks he controls it. Because Yahushua controls everything. So his mind, he's like, okay, if I don't jump on in my military, I can still, sit up here and eat with my grapes and still rule. So he thinks he can offset prophecy by not doing it. But then he got other elites, Klaus Schwab, like, hey, well, we gonna do it. I'm ready to put them in more subjection. We got to do it. They on the block talking about Yahabashah Shah. We got to take their freedom away. We got to, ban the Bible. We got to do that. Because if not, they're going to get more and more members, more and more fruit. And then the youngest is like, I don't want to do that, man. Who are they? They can't do nothing. They just talking. That's how the youngest is saying it. And then the oldest, at least they know the power of the tongue. They like, that's bad for business. We need them to shut up. So they're fighting right now, which I'm going to go get that. Let's go get that. Because they're banging right now. And I already know, just like you can look at the royal family and see that, man. You got King Charles fighting with, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They all banging because the mama died and they banging over her stuff. These devils are divided, man. They fighting. And I know it's the older generation versus the younger generation. The older generation like, let me just live a little. You got to live. I don't want to do this diabolical plan. At least not right now. And then the oldest is like, we got to do it right now. They getting powerful. They waking up. Do you understand by the words they saying out their mouth holds power? And the youngest, they don't know nothing. They just want to ball out. So check it out. This is Mark 3:26. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. So when you go to Matthew 10:34, and let's go get there. Let's go back and forth. Line upon line, precept upon precept. So let's go get there. Let's go to Matthew. I should have started with that. Matthew 10:34. Because Yahushua said he's going to come in and create division. He said, think not that I come to send peace on earth, but I come not to send peace, but a sword. A sword is for division. So when you go back to Mark, it says not only is Yahshua, because Yahshua has been divided, but what's happening now, the new dynamic is that Esau is divided. And if Satan rises against Satan and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. You hear that? He cannot stand but have an end. So Esau is coming to an end because the strongest thing Esau had going for himself, back in the day was that they were united. That's how they were able to coordinate and crush Yasharallah. Because Yasharallah was divided and Esau was united. Like the United States of America, they was united. They always came together to crush Yasharallah. Now, a symptom of Yasharallah is now affecting Esau. Now they're divided. They divided on politics. They divided on everything. And they fighting each other. And like I know, when you're divided and you're fighting each other, you can't be coordinated to do your plans. You need coordination. You need unity to get stuff off the ground. So that's why this MOTB system is so hard for them to get up. It's going to get up real raggedy because they're divided, man. They fighting each other, man. They arguing. Let's do it like this. Now I say do it like that. I said to put the Safety Act in. I said hold up on that Safety Act, man. I need to get my security together. These jakes are strong. So they're banging with each other. So the MOTB is not going to come in, smoothly. Esau's at his worst that he's ever been in, his civilized, since he's coming to the Renaissance, the rebirth. This is the worst they ever been. They wisdom is getting taken away. Let's go get that. Let's go to Obadiah. And that's big. That's a prophecy that, Pastor Portrait don't bring out. And it's a very big prophecy. You can't overlook this. This is Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the Mount Esau? That's big. Because you need wisdom to do your plans, to establish a kingdom. Because wisdom is the highest form of intelligence. So without wisdom, and I can see it, this the everyday Edomites that I'm working with, man. They going to Ooga Booga status, caveman status. So with you losing your intelligence, your wisdom, how can you create an elaborate plan like this? The global reset. It's gonna come up sloppy, and let's get a sign of that intelligence. Like you need intelligence to lie good. Let's get a sign of that. Of a lack of wisdom being gone. Check this out. Read this article, because it's just like, I can't believe they even printed this. It says people who skip their, are at higher risk of traffic accidents, according to new study. Like, who gonna believe something like that? So you mean tell me if I'm gonna get that, then all of a sudden I'm subject to a car accident? Some dummies fell for that, but I'm just looking like, man, that's not even a good lie, man. Like, they should have told them, ball that article up, wrapped it up, and throw that in the trash, man. Come on now, we got to get some elaborate lies going. This is not a good lie. And when I seen this is a sign of you losing your wisdom. Because whoever, what's that, fortune wheel? whoever runs that company, they should have scrapped this article. This shouldn't have been printed, man. Because that's this retardation to the highest level. And that shows me you're out of gas, you out of lies, and the people that makes the checks, that decides gets printed, what gets published, and what doesn't, they're losing their wisdom. Because they should have said, oh, nah, man, go back to drawing board with that one. We got a lot better than that. You're going to expose us with stupid lies like this. And we're going to look ridiculous with stuff like this. When you saying stuff like, come on, man. We got to do better than that. So that just shows me, Esau, his wisdom is gone and he's losing it. The sword is getting weaker. He's making like bad moves. Like even I look at that new, like that Buffalo Bills injury situation. That's like the Pastor said, it's looking like a psyop. And that's because they're doing too much. They should have did that, let it alone. But they keep putting up articles and it's making holes in their story. It's looking like a big elaborate lie. And that's because now it's like, y'all can't even lie right no more, which is a good thing for us. Because that's to give, Yasharala the sight to see through them. Like, oh yeah, they are the liars. So you should be able to see that, man. Because Esau, he can't lie good no more. At all. Let's go back to it. And that's a big precept right there. You can't overlook that. And it's in there twice. Let's go to Jeremiah. It's in there twice. And that's a sign, that's mercy right there. Our enemy, our number one enemy is now becoming dumb. So you know what that means? We can outsmart this devil. We can squeak through. So check it out. This is Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, talking about Yahushua, is wisdom no more in Teman? And Teman was a mighty warrior of Esau. I think like the grandson of Esau, if I'm not mistaken, if anybody want to know who Teman was. That's a grandson, and he was a warrior for Esau. So no more wisdom in Teman. So that goes into like their generals, their military. Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Whew. Yeah, and look, we can answer that question now. We're at the point now where his wisdom is vanished. All the Edomites that, knew the prophecies, had intelligence, know how to, make their moves, they're dying off. So now the younger generation, because his seed is spoiled, when you look at Jeremiah 49:10, his seed is spoiled. So that means the young generation coming up, they don't have the knowledge and the wisdom that the older ones that just died do. So they're going to come in and make bonehead mistakes. They're going to come in, they were supposed to spend, $40 billion on military equipment. Instead, they're going to take that $40 billion and buy some powder with it and go buy 2,000, children for their little trade and go party out when they still supposed to be taking care of business. Are they going to go smoke crack, meth, shoot up some fentanyl? They're not on their clock. They don't know the importance of what's about to go down. So they're taking that billions of dollars and they're tricking it off. They're tricking off the wealth. That goes to Esau's seed being spoiled. And that's mercy for Yasher Allah, because they're not smart anymore. So we're getting our wisdom back. We're becoming very wise, very intelligent, man. And you can see through our wise counsel. We're coming up. Esau's going down. So the dynamic is changing. Now, this devil still does have his military intact, but when they come out, man, they're going to be dumb. So there's going to be cracks of salvation for Yahshua to make it by applying wisdom, because we have it. So that's mercy from Yahushua. And you can see that happening. And then Esau's scared because he's worried about that spiritual power. That's a big thing to Esau. See, a lot of Jakes don't know about that. Only us hopefully elect Jakes, the men in this wise council, know about that. And the elites know about that. Everybody else just think, oh, this is just something to go watch the movies, popcorn. They don't really know about spiritual power. But there's two groups that know about it. It's the elite Edomites that run the world. And it's us in this wise council, the house of David, that know about it. Because I don't think these other camps really talk about spiritual power that much. Only ones I know really talk about it a lot is Great Millstone. These other camps, they don't even go into the missions of the kingdom of heaven. So you got two groups that know about it. And the one group's in power, and he knows that what's going to activate our spiritual power is them sicking their military on us. So therefore, what's that going to make him do? He's going to hesitate. He's going to hesitate. He's like, man, what if? So he going to be like, nah, we'll wait about 3 months, then we'll do it. Let's get some more data. Then 3 months come. Okay, let's wait another 3 months. You know, can we do another 3 months? And then, you know, supporters like, yeah, we can. And they'll wait another 3 months. So this thing is going to happen. It's going to be on Yahweh Shah's time. He going to make it to where these devils going to see something and they're going to get scared and say, oh, push the button. Push it. We got to go. We got to do it, man. I think my Terminators will work. I got satellites in place. I got super soldiers. I think it'll work. You know, they're going to think that. And when they get their first report, their very first report on their Jumbotron of a Israelite man flying at supersonic speed or ripping through the military, man, they going to, a lot of them going, hey, give up the ghost. They're going to off themselves. They be like, I ain't going into slavery. Wow. So watch out for that, man. They're not gonna go for it. They're gonna off themselves, y'all Sharala, because they know what's up. I ain't going into slavery. And look, you can't even escape that way. Because say they off themselves in they bunker or in their satellite, you know, little spaceships they got. And guess what? Your children, they not gonna off themselves. They're gonna go into captivity. We gonna breed them like pit bulls, and you're gonna be born again, and you're gonna wake up as a baby in the kingdom, and you still gonna work. You ain't getting away. You know, you just gotta wait temporarily, but you're gonna work for us. Cause you come back every 3 to 4th generation. So he gonna come back, man, he gonna come back crying hard to be born. Cause hey, his parents gonna have yoke of irons on their neck. And he gonna get to work. He like, man, that's how he gonna know, like, we lost. I thought I was gonna come back still, you know, be in my little limos and my space station, my bunker, still be living good. They got devices in their body, and he gonna wake up, man. Y'all Sharala flying around, all kinds of powerful spiritual structures is set up, looking nice, world looking magnificent, and all his people gonna have chains on their neck. So these devils ain't escaping. So let's go get this. Cause hey, I know Job terrifies them. Cause Job gave out a lot of stuff that was gonna happen. And let's go to Job 18:5. It says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. You hear that? Y'all gonna put the light out on these devils, man. So that goes back to the other precepts we read. That light is symbolic of your wisdom. You know, like when you watch cartoons and they get an idea, the light bulb come on. Man, y'all putting that light bulb out. No more bright ideas. You're going into captivity. And check it out. This is number 6. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So their light will not shine anymore. The light gonna go out on their rulership. They're gonna go into captivity. And the thing that's gonna spark it, like they gonna start it, we gonna finish it. They're gonna start Jacob's trouble. And we're gonna finish it, Jacob's trouble. And they're gonna finish in chains. They know that, y'all Sharala. So you can't blame these devils, man, for stalling, man. They scared. They scared. Because they know prophecy, man. They done read this in the Paleo-Hebrew. They done read it in the Greek. They done read it in Roman. They got the original Bible in the Vatican Library. So these devils know. So they got the plan in place, but they also got some people talking about don't do it yet, man. I'm still trying to. I got about 4 little boys coming over. Young, I'm about to mesh with them. Don't push the button yet, man. Let me have my fun some more. And then some was like, hey, man, I can't take hearing y'all about Yahweh Shah, man. I'm trying to get them off the corner, man. I can't hear that no more. It scares me. I'm about to push the buttons. They over there fighting over pushing the button, man. They over there probably, you know, got their security teams fighting each other. But, hey, best believe that button will be pushed. They will erect their MOTV system. And it will come up, and it will fail spectacularly. Based on what? Based on Yahweh Shah, the chariots, and the brothers with the spiritual power. We will dominate Esau, Edom, and we will win. Because it was written that we will win. So keep that locked in your mind right there, that we got the W. And that's why this devil's stalling. That's why he's stalling. He's scared. He should be. You know, because I look at the house of David, man, we getting so powerful. Oh, we getting powerful. You hear that name hollering out, brothers, is prophesying more. Man, it's just like, I can feel the power in me turning up. So I know you all brothers watching these lessons can feel the power as well. You can feel it. You know, you can just feel it, man. That's what I said, like, how I do my lessons, man. You got certain people talking about, hey, you talking gangster. You talk, oh, I heard that before. And what it is that warrior spirit in me is turning up. And see, the 2/3 are getting scared of that. They equate that to gangster stuff. They don't know about the warriors. They don't know about Yahushua turning up his men. They don't really, a lot of 2/3 don't know what real men are. They think a real man is a gangster nigga. Because they've been beat down so much, they don't really know. Because I've been told that Yashua, they try to taper me down. Like 2/3 always want to taper me down. They always want to like put water on my fire or take away the edge of my sword. But I don't let them, Yashua. I don't let them. I'm like, nah, I gotta turn up. That's the Lord turning me up. Like Apostle Hart coined it. You're a turn up. I see he turning up the prophecies, he turning up his men. We turning up. We ready for war, man. We are getting ready for war. The 2/3 are getting scared. Because they just like Esau. They want to keep the current system. They like, don't rock the boat. Don't do it. Do you got to do so many lessons? Do you got to go out every week? Like I've had my sibling tell me I'm taking this thing too seriously. I'm like, hey, man, I got to. The Lord say don't meet me halfway. He don't say halfway do this. No, man, I'm doing this stuff 100%. And then that's because he's scared. He's scared. And he don't want this thing to go down like that. So you already know what's going to happen to him. And he's been a hard opponent scoffer of the word. So, man, when this thing tick off, he's going to be done away with. Because Yahushua don't care for him. Because he ain't got no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And he's like a Sambo coon. He's a champion for Esau. So you got to watch the 2/3, man, because they like Esau, man. They want everything to stay the way it is. They don't want things to turn up. They don't want Jacob's trouble to happen. But as hopefully, like, we want Jacob's trouble to happen. Certain elites, they want Jacob's trouble to happen. They seek our blood. We ready to turn up on them. So you got two small groups that's ready to bang against each other. And you got everybody else in the background talking about, no, wait, stop, stall out, don't do it. I'm having fun at Babylon the Great. But nonetheless, man, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna keep stalling. World War III gonna pop off. MOT bishops are gonna get erected. Spiritual power gonna pop off, and the battle will ensure. It's gonna be like what you ever played the game Star Wars Battlefront, or like a Dynasty Wars game, man. It's gonna be a clash of the Titans, the elites versus the House of David. The elite of Edom versus the House of David. They're going to battle. Sooner or later, and really sooner, So I just want to put that out there, quick exhortation that even though everything is tarrying, don't be like, oh, it ain't going to happen. Yes, it will. Prophecy, hey, the Lord's word don't go out void. So if you said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Plus, you can see it happening. Like, these devils got the purge laws passed. All they got to do is implement it. It's on the books. The whole thing is rolled up. So, come on, man. And then you got to think, they don't give a damn about it being unconstitutional. They can implement martial law, and there you go. That's really purge laws. Martial law get put in place. So it's going to happen. So keep your eye on the prize. Us watchmen, we're going to stay on our watch, Yasharala. Like, I'm watching this devil like a hawk. Every little move he make, hey, I will keep you informed to the best of my abilities, because, like, so much is happening. It's hard to catch up. That's why I say, prophecy about to pop off, because it's hard really to even keep up with all the stuff happening. Like 2 or 3 big major things happening every single day. I'm like, damn, it's hard for me to even keep up. But I'm doing it to the best of my abilities, Joshua. I'm doing my best to keep y'all updated, posted on this devil. Right now, he's stalling, he pump faking, because he's scared. I know he's scared. I can just see the fear in the little Edomites that we have to deal with. So if they're scared, the elites are scared. And the elites are really scared because they know what's about to happen. So they probably they probably sweating bullets and all kind of stuff. So with that, hey, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasharala, detailed by Bob, and Shalom.